Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. Clearly, I'm in my car. I'm actually going to work, but I forgot to film an intro for this video, so I'm doing that now. Basically, I am just gonna be going through the revamping of my room. Super exciting, has been long overdue, and now I'm really sad because I think I'm gonna be moving in a year, and that means I only get to experience this goodness or awesomeness for 1 year. But that's okay, I'm really excited. I hope to make more content in this room in the future now that it's all laid out and set up the way I want it to be. Something that I always forget to mention in all of my videos is that I link anything that I bought on Amazon in my description, and they're all affiliated links, so I technically would get a commission, but I don't even think I've made enough of a commission yet to even cash out. But that's okay. I do just want to put that note in here though, just in case there's something that you see that you like and you're curious if it's from Amazon. I tried to also link things that I didn't buy on Amazon and see if I can find either a dupe or the exact same thing, just in case. But always be picking out for the description box because I always put Amazon links in there. Like literally, I think every single video has one. So just keep an eye out for that. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into the video. All right, so this is the current state of my room right now. I have basically a mess, and I was planning to clean it up and go ahead and just get things reorganized, but as you can see, that hasn't happened. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just clear this all out, actually set this room up the way I've been wanting to, and then fill in all of this paint that has yet to be done. So that's gonna get done real quick. Not real quick, it's gonna get done as soon as I can. And this is just the before shot. And actually prior to this, there was this rack right here, this clothing rack on it. As you can imagine, it was very crowded in here, but I have a method that I think will be successful. And I'm thinking about putting a shelf right here that I have in my garage that's a DIY project. And then I have a smaller table. So this is an 8-foot long table. And I'm gonna actually replace that with a 6-foot table that I have in my garage and put this one in the garage and bring that other one in here. And I'm thinking of making that one parallel to that wall, so that way I can go ahead and have my equipment and everything that I need for future videos. And all of this stuff will then be able to go on the shelf. All right, that's it. For the most part, before I start any project, I typically end up sanding it first, and that's what I'm doing right here. This table has sat in the garage since we've moved here, and it was time for me to replace that 8-foot one with this 6-foot one. Next, I will be cleaning off the sanding and then clearly spray painting. One of the hacks that I actually learned this year was to get all of my spray paint from a discount store. There's one local to me that's called Ollie's, and I know they have other locations across the US, so hopefully there's one near you. And if there is, 10 out of 10 recommend. They have both Rust-Oleum and Krylon. Krylon is my favorite, and it's only $2.99, which is comparable to about $6 with a Michaels coupon. So that adds up pretty quick, and you end up saving a lot of money. Clearly, this rust was just not gonna do, and I actually recently learned a hack for removing rust off of any kind of stainless steel, or I guess most metals. So I'm about to go do that right now. I did originally place all of them in this bin, but as you can see, they didn't really lay out very evenly, so it wasn't gonna get an even coverage. But I do use white vinegar. You can just pour it right on and let it sit for probably an hour. I think I let it sit all day just because I had things to do. Here you can see me switching it over to another bucket, but basically you just scrub it off and it comes off so easily, doesn't take that much effort, and it ends up looking completely good as new. And yes, I do see all of the scuffs on the sides. I just truly did not feel like dealing with that right now, so I will deal with it later. So now we're taking this into the garage. So similarly to the table, I did not show this part, but I always start with cleaning any kind of project off first. Then I will be sanding it. Then I will be cleaning it again. Then I will be putting primer on via spray paint. And then I will be painting it with the color that I eventually make, and you will see later. So here is the color that I was talking about earlier, and when I applied the paint, Mason actually pointed out that it looked a little bit fleshy, which sounds really disgusting. So of course, I decided to go ahead and alter it. So I added some green, and then eventually it turned into a very pretty cream, and you will see that here in a bit. So as you can see here, this is what the fleshy pink looked like, and on the top I left it just for juxtaposition, and it looks a lot better now. I'm going to paint all of the trim. As you can see, I had stopped previously where my desk and stuff was because I was lazy and didn't feel like moving it at the time. And now I'm going to finally finish it, but I gotta clean it first, like just clean that trim up from dust and whatever icky stuff is on there. And then once I've cleaned it, I will dry it with that rag, caulk any of the little nail gun holes, and then paint the trim paint. And then once that's dried, I can do the walls. And oh, by the way, I will also be painting this trim as well. But anyway, once that's dried, I will also be painting the walls, taking out all of the outlet plugs. And I am probably not going to paint this wall that color. And this wall will be that color. But I'm thinking about possibly making this wall another tone of that green, maybe a different shade, maybe not tone, just because I want it to be within the same palette, I guess you could say. Just kind of have it transition nicely into this taupe. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and hopefully I don't destroy everything. Okay, so if you can see, that nail is totally sticking out. Hopefully this will bring it down. And excuse the rusty hammer. Okay, all I pretty much did was smash it down, so. All right. All right, so this paint I bought ages ago. Ages being like less than a year ago, but like over 6 months ago. And it has like become this like really goopy consistency. So I've just been taking this like mister and just spraying or misting water into it. And then just stirring it. So for the past like 10 minutes, I've been doing that. And hopefully eventually, you can see the consistency right there. It's kind of like a buttercream consistency, or like icing. But hopefully eventually it'll reach back to its original consistency or as close as I can get it, and I will start painting. Finally, I feel like it's at a decent consistency. You can kind of see it's not as goofy as it was, and drips at a relatively pancake battery consistency. So I really hope that this works. I do not feel like showing you the entire painting process because you can just assume how to paint. So let's just go ahead and transition in 3, 2, 1. Here is the first coat, and I am going to do the second coat here in 1 millisecond. Definitely forgot to record that, so we will be coming back to that transition. Okay. Good God. So this is where we're at so far. That, unfortunately, is going to have to cover what I just spray painted. So that's okay. Holy shit, that like blends in perfectly. Yeah, so this is where we're at right now. Here is the first coat, and I am going to do the second coat here in 1 millisecond. Okay, so clearly we've skipped some steps. So this is where I am right now. It's clearly a little crowded. I'm gonna go ahead and move this back. I literally had to move this out of the way just so I could get that shot. There's a few touch-ups needed. I can see like areas on the wall that need touch-ups. I can really see it down there. You can see it for sure on camera. But I was just, everything becomes a little bit hazy after a while, so I definitely didn't see that earlier, but now that things are coming together, I'm starting to see it. But I may fix that, I may not, depending on how much time I have, but that is gonna be covered. So I probably should fix it, but who knows. And I did get paint all over, like, I didn't put tape down. Like, I just got paint all over the vinyl, which is totally fine because in my experience on tile or vinyl, it is literally, depending on the size of the room or the size of the project, I guess, it is literally easier to just get paint on the floor and then just come back through and wipe it off with acetone, because I swear it's so fast to wipe it off with acetone, and it takes so long to put tape down, and it's expensive. So anyway, so that's how this all turned out, and I'm going to be bringing in a shelf right here that's currently in the garage, and that's where a majority of this stuff is going to go. So it's really crowded right now because I did replace my 8-foot long table with this 6-foot long table. So obviously things are having to be shortened this way and take up more space. And these doors need to be painted as well. Isn't it so funny that when we bought this house, they were literally not the same color? Don't know why. And I think even the knobs are different. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, so I did paint the plates. I literally created both of these colors from scratch. Not from scratch, but you know, from like random paints. And I honestly was like, you know what, F it. That might actually look cool on that wall in this color. So I went ahead and made this plate that color, and then there's a plate back here as well, and I painted it that color. So I didn't actually put any varnish on it, so it's not protected, and I could definitely scrape it off, but I have more paint, so when I decide that I'm motivated enough to do that, I will go ahead and add varnish to it. Anyway, I'm rambling now. This is currently where I am, and it is 1 a.m., so I'm going to be wrapping up, and tomorrow that shelf will be moved here, and hopefully I can tackle all these other projects as well. Good night. Okay, you guys, so this is the almost final product, okay? So as of now, I'm gonna mention a couple things. This fan was a gift, or I guess donation to us from Mason's Gran, and it is so cute. It looks like a 70s fan. Like I just love all the colors. It's super dusty. I need to like take this apart and dust it, but I have it in here for now just because I need to do that, and out of sight, out of mind for me, so I have it right there in a spot where I won't forget. But that aside, I finally finished the shelf. I finished painting it with the exception of this right here. I caulked that, so it's kind of got that white cast on it right now because there's like basically just like separation right here. So I caulked it and I'm gonna have to paint that one more time, but it shouldn't be a problem. And then this is basically the paint color that I made myself, and I decided that all of these items would just go where they are. There's really not a specific like rhythm to it. It's just kind of what fit where. And this just is going in here for now, but I knew I would want this on the shelf because I really, really wanna, like I said, out of sight, out of mind, I really wanna start using this or learn how to use it. And then here is this, I need to find a place for, I just had it thrown here for now, but this is glitter and beads, just like hobby stuff. This is like my makeup, like my everyday makeup. And I actually really want to do a video talking about how I pack for travel, because basically what I do is I take this whole thing, put it in a luggage, and that way when I go to the place I'm going, I literally just take this out. All of my stuff is where it needs to be, and I pretty much just have a drawer system wherever I am. So love, love, love this. And I'll literally just grab this, move it to my desk, do my makeup, good to go. Anyway, like I said, ignore this. This needs to get put away. Here's my nail stuff. I want to incorporate my nail stuff more into this space over here because as you can see there, I have my makeup brushes and I have 3 slots right there. And I would like to put some of my nail stuff there. Next in here, we've got my Cricut supplies. This is just a bunch of empty clear bins. And then this is some cups that I would like to eventually do some kind of stylistic design on them, probably as gifts or to sell, I don't know. Mostly I was thinking for gifts, but anyways, I got that at Costco a while back. Here's my Cricut maker that I still have literally never used. I've had it for I think over a year now, probably well over a year, oh my God. And then here are the little Cricut sheets that you use to do your goodies on there. And then more makeup and then hair stuff. Here we've got my photo bins. So these are all just photos that eventually need to be put into photo albums. That is like a far, far, far away project. And clearly I have 2 more bins down here. And this one's I think like halfway full, one of these is. So I clearly have so many more photos to print, but distant project. I would like to eventually get in the habit of having a new album made every single year so that I don't have this happen, but this is gonna be like years worth of photos. Anyway, next I've got like my sewing stuff because I really am trying to force myself to sew more. And then down here is my like caboodle and like a mini caboodle. Back here is just the case for my light fixtures here. And fortunately there is an outlet back there that is hidden so that I can feed to these and basically cables not be like in the way. Also, this chair is so cute. I got it off Facebook Marketplace, but literally like, why did I get it? Like I don't have a place for it and it's just sitting there because why not and where else? My sewing machine, this bin is not permanently gonna be here. This is just my Shein video that I have gathered together to hopefully film pretty soon. And then here are just my current like sewing projects. And then this right here is I don't even know what this is called. It's just supposed to protect your table, and obviously the table is underneath. And it is messy and ugly, but like, I really don't have much of a choice. I really want this on here. There's so many other projects that I really want to do that would involve me utilizing this. The only other option that I can think of to cover this mess, by the way, I got this for free. So this is a 6-foot long mat. So I know that these can get quite expensive. So it being free was just an absolute steal, obviously. But of course, there's lots of damage, or not damage, but just paint and cosmetic imperfections on it. So I'm thinking either I'll put stickers on it, because here I did a big no-no. I used acetone thinking that it would get the paint off and then failed to realize that this is paint. So big mistake there, thinking maybe I could put a sticker, or the alternative that I was gonna say earlier is getting a like cardstock or poster board, whatever you wanna call it, and just having that here as like a clean backdrop if I'm ever filming downwards. I know a few YouTubers who do that, so I think that's a clever idea and a big possibility. Or I know another YouTuber who does, who has a poster board and she just wraps it in foil and it actually helps with her lighting and like bounces it back up. So that's another option as well. Anyway, moving on, here is my light, and this is a mirror, and then back behind it there is a charging port, which you can see here. And yeah, I can charge my phone, and if I need to film with my phone, I can charge it here, I can charge it there. And then my lighting, like I said before, my mic, and my laptop stand with my Beats underneath it. Yeah, that was like a really long ramble and tour of, oh, I didn't even mention. So I did get these cute little leaves on clearance or on sale for I think like 40 or 60% off at Michael's. And I was struggling to figure out where I wanted to put it. And then I was like, oh my God, I can put it there and it looks so cute. I actually think it looks amazing and I love it. And I'm so excited to have that in my backdrop now. Ooh, I just realized, what the fuck? That does not look like that in person. What the hell? These as well I got from Michael's, like this one and this one. And you can still see the tag on there, but anyway, so that's my Kinsey doll that I literally can never get rid of because it just would be bad luck and someone got it for me. So I have no choice but to have my Kinsey doll up there. Well, literally 2 things left to do tomorrow. So it is now, I think, like way past midnight, but this is what I have to do. I have to finish painting these doors. Well, start painting those doors, finish painting that door, and then do my touch-ups. But once that's done, I'm literally done in here and this room will be complete. And I don't think I said it before, but this situation here, while it is very like efficient for me and cohesive for me, it is not that pretty to look at. And being a person with ADHD, like I said a million times now, out of sight, out of mind. If things aren't in clear bins, I will forget that they exist and I will forget where they are. So I am trying to figure out a good system to have here that maintains clear bins while still looking or maintaining some type of aesthetic, less of an eyesore. I don't know if aesthetic's the right word because it's never gonna be a specific aesthetic. It's just gonna have to look nicer. So an example would be like this maybe can have a better system, my hair stuff. One thing that I do wanna say real quick that I think I may have failed to mention was that I did get this shelf from Facebook Marketplace for $40. It was like 6 or 7 months ago that I got it, and I finally have gotten around to actually using it. And you know, sometimes you just have to buy things and leave it in your garage for months and months and months in hopes that eventually you'll finally use it. But that's where this came from, in case you were wondering. That's it. I'm gonna shut up now because this video will be literally forever. Yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and flip to the next day. Okay guys, so this has to be probably one of my most proud moments with my paint mixing, and I took inspiration from this door right here, but basically I was running out of paints to mix and somehow I did it, guys. Like I did something pretty dang close at least, and I am obsessed. That wraps it all up. I'm so freaking excited with the outcome. I literally cannot wait to start filming in there. I already feel so excited to just do my makeup at my table. So if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what does. I literally could not be more happy with the result. Of course, we all start somewhere. So there's clearly lots of improvements that can be made here and there. But for the time being, this is everything that I've dreamed of having, and I have it. So whether or not everything is super aesthetic or not, I'm still happy. So hopefully that gives me something to look forward to in the future, to just kind of refine things as I go. But I could not be happy with the results. How many times did I say happy in this outro? I haven't said this in a while, so if you can, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, or any video for that matter. But I appreciate your support nonetheless, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!